Welcome to this video guide on installing and configuring the GoogleBackup software. Installing and configuring the software is a three-part step. Step 1 is to configure the Google Docs API for remote access. Step 2 is to install and configure the server software. And the third step is to install and configure the client software. Today we will focus on step number 1, configuring the Google Docs API for remote access. Now, when you want to manage your Google Docs as an administrator, you launch a browser window, you go to your Gmail account, and you log in with a username and password. That's great for a person, but software programs access and manage your data through an API, an application program interface. This is much more powerful and also much more secure. In order for this to work, we need to enable some features in the account and create a client ID key. Later we will use this key with the backup software. So I've already preloaded some commands that we're going to need to type into a text document just to make it easy. So we're going to go to this web address right here, https://console.developers.google.com/project. I'm going to press enter. Now mind you, we are already logged in because we logged in just a second ago. And here we see some projects that already exist, but we're going to create a new project. We're going to select Create Project. We're going to call it Google Test, anything you want really. Click on Create. Takes just a second. And we're taken to this page. Now we want to go to APIs and Authorization, APIs, and we're going to enable 3 separate APIs. First we're going to go to Drive API, and we're going to enable the API. Then we're going to go back. We're going to go to the Gmail API, enable the API. Go back. And finally, we're going to go to the Admin SDK. Select it, enable it, and then we can go back. Next, we're going to go to Credentials, Add Credentials, Service Account, and here we're going to create a JSON file. We're going to select Create. And this will actually create a file with a JSON extension, and it will download it to our computer. We're going to want to keep that file. We're going to leave it right here for the time being. Here's the account we just created. We're going to select it, and then we're going to see a client ID. We're going to select this client ID, and we're going to copy it to the clipboard. We're going to use this in a little bit. But if we somehow lose it, this is where we're going to leave this open. We're going to go back to our account, select Google Apps, and here sometimes you'll see a Show More window, but we want to scroll, here we go, More. We want to go to Admin. Takes just a second to load. And then we want to go to Security, scroll down, Show More, Advanced Settings, Manage API Client Access. This also takes just a second. Here in this client name is where we're going to add the security key, the client ID that we just got. Again, this is the key over here that we took from over here. In this text box, we're going to enter this code right here, which again I've preloaded. And this is available through some of the documentation. Otherwise, pause the video and copy it, but you could probably copy and paste it from some of the help. So I'm going to enter that over here, and I'm going to authorize. Here we can see the account that we just created right here. If we had to, we can remove it. At this point, we're done configuring the API interface. We're going to take this JSON file right here. We're going to save it. We can go to Show All Downloads. Here's our download right here. We can do Show in Folder. And here is our file that we want to save. Well, that's pretty much it as far as configuring the Google Docs API for remote access. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.